gas station, it's a Texaco.
We pull into the driveway of a brightly lit gas station connected to a convenience store. Colt's already filling up his bike, leaning against the pump with a sly grin directed our way. Slow pokes. Oh, jeez. We creep in next to Colt's bike and Jessie hops off, careful not to knock me over with his tail.
Now, didn't we talk about this already? Speed ain't always the solution. Slow and steady always wins the race. Or do I need to teach you that lesson again?
Colt's confident expression falls as his eyes nervously dart between me and Jessie. Oh, is that an insinuation of some kind? Whoa! He walks off in a huff towards the store while Jessie laughs at him. Was Colt blushing?
I'll fill up the bikes. Here, could you follow Colt and grab a few things from inside for me?
He digs into his pocket and pulls out a handful of bills, tucking them into my shirt pocket. Jeez, what are you buying, the whole store? Cocks his head in confusion.
Well, I reckon this would be enough for some jerky and a cup of joe for each of us.
Right, I'll be sure to ask for change, Jess. He just handed me 2 weeks of pay in cash, but wants greasy food from a gas station. Go figure. God, inflation. I head inside, noting a few other motorbikes parked nearby on the way over. The shelves are packed with dry goods, all in neat pre-packaged bags. These products are about the only clean thing in this joint. The dirty linoleum floors are plattered with oil, and stained green paint on the walls has begun to peel. The harsh lighting doesn't help, but it's still a welcome respite after wandering on the road on foot all night. I grab the jerky Jessie wanted and head towards the front to order the coffees. There are a couple people already in line, and I queue up behind Colt, who's got something flat tucked under his arm. Hey, did you find what you wanted? He jumps back startled and glares at me, tucking his arms in front of him. Yeah. What you got there? Nothing! Mind your business! Come on, just curious. You know what they say about curiosity. Something about that phrase sparks a fuse in my brain, and I glance at the person ahead of us in line. It's Ken. The cat. That's not the full saying, but yeah. Holy shit! Coincidence Central!
One bag of coffee, a pack of pistachios, anything else? Yeah, you got the latest issue of Playbird? Yeah, that one. Add it on.
Colt's whiskers twitch.
Alrighty, here's your change.
The deer's expression tightens and he squints, giving Ken a once-over.
Say, what'd you say your name was, son?
I didn't.
Have a nice day.
He was clearly satisfied with that answer, but the cold feline turns and walks away without another word.
Next!
Whoa! What the fuck? Colt dashes towards the counter and leaves me alone to face Ken, who's pretending not to notice me as he sips his coffee. Dots and dots. Dots? Fuck, this is awkward. And who the hell drinks coffee this late at night anyway? Fucking night shift people? Early risers? I don't know. People who never sleep? Wait, Jess also wanted some. Is it actually early morning? I need to find a clock. This is driving me crazy. I realize Ken's been glaring at me. What now?
You done staring?
I wasn't.
Liar. Never seen a black cat before?
I've definitely seen a black cat before. Also, he's got the little tongue. I've definitely seen a black cat before.
Anyway.
God, he's infuriating. Why was I trying to save this guy again? Because you don't like people dying and you empathize with him and your past experiences? Sigh. Calm down. For all I know, he's just as lost and confused as I am. Need to get his side of the story. So, Ken glares at me again. Can we please talk about what happened? Takes a long sip from his paper cup, licking his lips before answering.
I have no idea what you're talking about, speed bump.
Please don't call me that. Look, I straighten my back and work up a little courage. This might be my last shot at convincing him to listen to me. When I saw you disappear, I thought I'd lost someone important to me. Like the only person with their head on straight was gone before we could figure out what happened to us. I still can't explain how we ended up there, or why the others aren't here, or why you're acting this way. But for the time being, can we at least be cordial? I know we can figure this out if we work together. Starts to walk over to me. Did it work? He's gonna punch us. He's gonna punch us in the face. Ken? Holy shit! Before I can react, he dumps the rest of his coffee on me. The scalding hot liquid starts burning my head fur immediately, and I fall to my knees in pain. I can hear gasps and murmurs from all around me, including the shop clerk yelling for Ken to leave immediately. Between the throbbing in my ears, I hear the slow creak of leather boots next to me. His voice is sharp and breathy.
Leave me alone. I won't say it again.
I hear the pitter-patter of smaller boots running towards me as he exits the shop. What the fuck happened? That bastard! Hold on there! Starts blotting the liquid away with some kind of waxy paper. Thanks. I think I'm okay. It didn't get on my face. I sit up and see a small crowd of people around me. Colt is holding a soggy-looking magazine up to my face. His worried expression breaks the cool facade he's held up until now. What's Playbird? Dots. I just grabbed whatever was nearby to help. The shaky letters. It's such a nice thing. He's blushing a little bit. More importantly, who the hell was that guy, and why does he have it out for you? I have no clue, but I brought this on myself. Huh? He helps me up, and I lean on his unexpectedly sturdy shoulders. Come on, let's get back to Jessie. I'm sure he's worried by now. Right. We walk back into the parking lot and find Jessie right where we left him. He sets a gas pump back into its holder, and he spots us, waving gleefully.
There you guys are! Thought I'd have to send out a search party.
Well, close enough. We got into a scuffle back there.
What?
Shoots a disappointed look at Colt. Sounds like this isn't the first time. Hey, it wasn't me! Calling it a scuffle's a bit of a stretch. But don't worry, I'm fine now.
If you say so, boss. By the way, this guy a friend of yours? Friend of yours?
He points to something just out of view to our left. I walk up a bit to where he's standing. Huh?
Ah! It's him!
Ken is sitting at the pump across from us, staring down at me from on top of his bike.
Ken! Yeah, he was asking about you. Wanted to know if we were cops or not.
Hell no, we're not cops! Is there something wrong with being a cop? God, well, yeah, one, yes, and two, very yes, in this context. More importantly, why is he interrogating Jessie about me right after he says he wants to be left alone? We're not cops! Why are you still here? He looks around uncomfortably, fidgeting in his seat.
Well,
trying to pick another fight? You're outnumbered this time! Colt clenches his fist tightly, and Jessie presses down on his shoulder, shaking his head.
Boy, what is it you want from us? We don't want no trouble.
Ken sighs and slacks his shoulders, rolling his head around dramatically to look down at me.
Fuck. Look, I'm sorry for before and the other time. I should have heard you out. Even if it sounds fucking nuts. I told you to go away because, well, I didn't want the things you were saying to make sense. I wanted that shit to just stay in my head.
In his head?
Yeah, you gotta remember, it's very unfortunate, but you gotta remember the connecting thread but to all the people in the Golden Palace, aka the sequel to the Golden Girls, is that everyone wanted to kill themselves. God, I don't want to think about the characters from the Golden Girls killing themselves. Let's remove that connection, please.
But maybe it's a sign or something. Hell, I don't know.
This is a load of hooey. Oh, Jesus. Jesse elbows him in the side and nods at Ken, looking to me for confirmation. I think whipping out one of my grandma's isms would be appropriate. Unbelievable shite happens every day. Sometimes we just happen to notice it. I chuckle at my... Oh, God. Bad Irish accent? You're trapping me in this fucking... Unbelievable shite happens every day. Sometimes we just happen to notice it. I chuckle at my bad Irish accent along with Jesse while Colt and Ken look unimpressed. That dour glare slowly melts into a gentle smile.
You're crazy, you know that?
Uh-oh. I wasn't expecting that surprise attack. My little heart. The smile was soon replaced by a look of somber reflection.
It's just hard to tell when things are real sometimes.
Wow, this is getting really, really personal out of nowhere and in the middle of a gas station parking lot. Jesse loudly clears his throat, breaking the silence. So, what I'm hearing is we got ourselves another traveling companion. What? Who said that? The road's a lonely place, kid. And it'll just be until our next destination. He looks up at the moody cat, eyes showing no fear or hesitation. Say, boy, where's it you heading anyway? He looks at me as if I'm supposed to answer for him. I just shrug. Ken seems flustered. Does he find Jesse genuinely intimidating?
I'm going east.
The East Coast, or...?
Sure.
Ken. Alrighty, sounds like we'll be heading the same way for a little while then. Colt grabs Jesse by the collar and pulls him down to whisper in his ear. We seriously need to have a chat later about adding people to our posse, Jess. Come on then, let's keep going to our next rest point. I reckon we can make it before sunrise and get a little shut-eye. Colt sighs in defeat and hops on his bike. Ken revs his engine, and I notice his seat has more room in the back. So... His eyes dart between me and the seat before returning to his usual glare.
Not a fucking chance.
I pout, doing my best puppy dog eyes, but he turns his nose up in the air. Defeated, I hang my head and walk back to Jesse's bike. Come on, it ain't so bad back there, is it? No, I guess not. I don't know how to tell him that if he keeps smothering me with his tail, I'll probably get a hard-on. Zoom! Colt revs his engine impatiently and speeds off into the dark. We follow suit, Ken taking up the rear. The minutes fly by and I can tell this will be a longer trip than last time. I can feel myself start to nod off. Bad idea! Really bad idea! Something about long car rides. Well, any vehicle really, but either way. Soon the sounds of the engines fade into white noise, and I focus on the gentle rumble of the road under us. The air whipping through the trees. Dots. Really bad idea, bro. You're not strapped in. There's nothing holding you on. What the fuck is this? What the hell? Are you putting a curse on me? What is this? It says, since then, for countless nights, I have had the same dream. God damn it, there's another one. He persists as if he never woke me up. I find myself lying deep in the woods as usual. Something stirs up the birds. Or something stirs the birds. I see a flicker in the distance, getting closer with each blink of my eyes. A huge turtle dove brandishing flames rides in the night, destroying everything it touches. It keeps going from turtle dove to beast, so I don't know if that was correct or not. She sees me. I prepare for the collision. But each time I wake up before my end. Ooh, I don't know who that is, but they say, this was a very silly dream, Fowlan. Fowlan. I don't know how to say that, but that last part's a name. And that is Fowlan. And Fowlan says, but then I had never told him that he was a fool. Despite this, mortal thoughts entertain me. Or the thoughts of mortals entertain me. Fowlan replies, ah, do I merely reduce myself to a toy to you? Or I guess there'd be, am I just a toy to you?
I joke, but I wouldn't mind having fun with you if I
wish. I wouldn't mind having fun with you if I wish. Okay. Oh! And I don't know what it said there. It was too quick. Alright. I didn't get it doesn't last long enough for me to get a good translation on that, but that's what I was able to get from the Google Translate camera feature of that scene from Portuguese to English. Who knows what the hell that was? Hey, you doing all right back there? I blink into consciousness and wipe the cold drool off my chin. Shit, I actually nodded off. Sheesh, you're lucky you had such a tight grip before you passed out. No worries though, we're almost at our destination. Good. I could really use a good night's rest. I'll need a sound mind to start piecing together what's happened to me. Jessie and Colt seem like good people. It might take some convincing, but at the very least, they'd hear me out about Virgil. Ken, I have no idea. He's been inconsistent every time we've talked. I look back to see his bike still trailing a few yards behind us. I'm glad he didn't bail. Hey, so... What's in Oklahoma City? Oh, well, I guess we'll find out when we get there. Eh? Well, we've actually been traveling for quite some time now. We started back in LA, but then we went from San Fran to Vegas, then Denver, El Paso. So you guys are on a cross-country trip then? Yep. We want to keep going until we hit New York. I don't know, I gave him a New York accent out of nowhere. He's supposed to be Southern, goddammit. Coast to coast. That's quite the journey. We're hoping to hit every big city on the way, too. We want to see all of this great country with our own eyes. That's a romantic sentiment, one I can't help but be charmed by. Even if there's plenty of places not worth seeing. I could never vouch for Oakfield. Not until the last drop of our blood dries out, at least. That's why I vowed never to have any children. Are you two going back to California when it's all over? Jessie doesn't respond. I didn't mean to imply that you two had to stick together or anything. I'm sure you'll lead separate lives. Huh? Oh, you're fine, son. Me and Colt probably stick together until we find what we're looking for out there. Oh? I don't want to be nosy, but I'm a little curious. Can't say we'll know what that is until we find it. Oh. Jesse chuckles under his breath. Sometimes the journey is more important than the destination, boss. Is that what all this is, then? Virgil? The Blue Swallow Motel. "100% refrigerated air." Damn. I ruminate on that as we pull into the driveway of a roadside motel. We all hop off our bikes and stretch, Ken's back emanating a worrying amount of cracks. I walk over to Colt, who's just finished chaining his bike to a post. He spies me and gives me a friendly nod, waving me over. Hey, Colt. Oh, hey! You feeling okay? I'm a little taken aback by his pleasant demeanor. Was all that posturing an act after all? Yeah, he's weirdly friendly out of nowhere. Look at that smiling face. Huh? Oh, yeah. Possums are pretty sturdy. I still can't believe that cat did that to you. And in public. He scowls in Ken's direction, growling and clenching his fists. He's complicated. I'm going to try and give him some space. Also, what kind of place is this? I've never seen a hotel this close to the road. You never stayed at a motel before? Hotel? Motel. Gesundheit. Louisiana sure is backwater. I must have said something weird. Did they not have motels in the 20s? Interesting. They really didn't have motels in the 20s? I can't believe I'm looking this up. When was the first motel built? December 12th, 1925. Where was the first motel open? San Luis Obispo. All I know is that... whatever. Even if something is technically new, whatever. Gives a shit. I need to move on from this. It's not like the fucking internet was around back then. Something could technically have existed at the same time, and you wouldn't find out about it for fucking years. Must have said something weird. I feel out of the loop. Goddamn. Me too, bro. Helping my case with convincing him to give me a lift back home either. Hey now, it's not all like that. You should see how lit up Bourbon Street gets at night. It's as modern as anything I've ever seen. I'm just kidding, Gray. No hard feelings, honest. He rubs my shoulder and smiles. I shoot him one back, glad to see he's warming up to me. Anyway, a motel's just like a hotel, just cheaper and outdoors. It's not luxurious or anything. As long as they have beds, it should be fine. He lets out a wide yawn, his rounded ears folding back against his head for a moment before springing back into place. Sun's gonna come up in about a half hour, so I suggest we head inside before your sense of time gets screwy. So it is the morning. Great. I just gotten used to the daytime shift too. Didn't even consider that these guys had a nocturnal schedule, but the twilight coffee breaks should have been a hint. So, who's staying with who? Colt's eyes narrow and search me for a moment before he rolls his eyes. This ain't a sleepover, man. Me and Jess are gonna need more time before we trust you enough to share a room and board together. Fair enough. With that settled, we walk over to Jessie and Ken. They're standing by the check-in desk and seem to be arguing with each other. Oh boy, here we go. What's going on? Ken growls as he turns towards me, slamming a fist on the counter.
This grifter is telling us that we can't get separate rooms.
That ain't what she said. Can someone just explain the situation, please? I turn to the woman at the front desk, who looks a bit shaken by the two leather-clad ruffians. Well, we're mostly booked for tonight. Today. There's only 2 single-bedroom suites available, with a limit of 2 people per room. I see. That certainly is a pickle. Well, I'm definitely not comfortable sharing a room with him. I turn around to see Colt staring defiantly next to Jessie, staring daggers at Ken, who seems unbothered. With a lot of names all at once. Me and Jess always room together anyway. Oh, Lord. Everybody gay in a visual novel. Say, did you buy the... Colt loudly shushes the auto before grabbing a set of keys off the counter. Still, it doesn't feel right leaving Gray alone with him.
I'm not thrilled about it either, you know. And since when was the talking piece of linguine in charge?
Careful, pussycat! Great, now these two are already shaping up to be mortal enemies. I grumble and look at Jessie, who gives me an apologetic shrug. Next time, we'll find a bigger place with more rooms. This was on short notice. It's okay. I definitely want to get to know you guys better. Nothing makes for better bonding than late night chatter with a few beers. That sounds great. Maybe Ken would mellow out after a few cold ones. Jessie nods and pulls Colt away from the growling panther, waving goodbye to the receptionist. Ken taps his foot impatiently, refusing to look at me.
So you just do as you're told, huh?
Not being such a brat. If you're that uncomfortable, I'll sleep on the floor or something. It's not like I haven't had to wear the guise of a homophobic roommate before. Better safe than sorry.
Wow. If I'd make you do something like that.
He sounds genuinely offended that I suggest such a thing. Oh, sorry, I just thought... Never mind, come on. I shake it off and grab the last set of keys. He nods and we walk up to the second level of the complex. We pass by the other two on the way to our room, arguing about something with the door half open. But I think he'd be cool with it, I don't know. I like him well enough, but adding him to the Rub Club, it feels too... The Rub Club. The Rub Club. The Club of Rubs. The Rub Club. Hey guys, everything good? Jessie nods nervously, jumping into the room and hiding behind the door. It sure is. Me and Colt are just gonna settle in for the night. We'll be seeing you 2 in the morning. Okay. Night. Yeah. The Rub Club. Oh boy. He slams the door and I hear the jingle of a chain lock. Turn around to see Ken rolling his eyes, waiting by our door. There we go. That's a nice little motel room.